everybody want to party, they're going to be shutting them down, they're going to probably be arresting me. Whenever you bring up a different element into people's environment, people get intimidated. It's just like people from all walks of life connecting and getting together.
30 years ago, he was one of the top names in the music industry. Now, Sean Combs' name is at the top of the court docket.
Combs allegedly planned and controlled the performances, which he called freak-offs.
Getting an invite to a Sean Combs party was like getting a Willy Wonka golden ticket. When you heard wild, crazy Diddy parties, the idea was fun wild, fun crazy.
That don't mean y'all should be extra tight. We fed y'all, we gave y'all some drinks, now it's time to enjoy life. This is a celebration of life. This is a legendary white party. It's the real white party. Make some noise if you've been here before. The kids have like an hour left. So get extra comfortable, kids, because after that, y'all gotta go. It's a wrap for y'all, because this thing turns into something that when y'all get older, y'all gonna want to come to.
Just like the woman who was best friends with Kim and Kimura, who wrote the book Bling and died as soon as it made the bestsellers list.
A lot of gossip has gone around in the hip-hop scene about how authentic your characters are and whether they are based on real person.
Because I think people are really fascinated by the hip-hop world. And this book really takes you behind the scenes and shows you like really what's going on in that VIP room at the P. Diddy party.
You walked in on record executives having gay. You don't mention that person's name. Can we talk about what record label? What letter does it start with?
Not even. That'll give it away. A. Don't start. Don't start. That's gonna give it away.
D.
The second book. I'll cover all that in the second book.
Oh, there will be a second book. If you live to tell, I understand you're getting death threats.
But now, in light of all of the new information that we have, everything has to be looked at under a magnifying glass.
Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct.
Mr. Combs is a fighter. He's going to fight this to the end. He's innocent.
And just because Diddy's in jail doesn't mean that one of his associates isn't still making sure that the victim-making machine is quietly going along and making sure that people are quieted appropriately. Erika Kennedy found a brilliant way to take Jay-Z, Diddy, and Russell Simmons and make them all one person. It just wasn't enough.
Erika Kennedy was a remarkable talent whose life and career made a lasting impact on fashion, journalism, and literature. Born on March 24, 1970, in Queens, New York, she grew up in Bayside with her brother Kurt. Her aunt Sarah Robinson fondly remembered Erika as bright, funny, talented, thoughtful, and passionate. At the age of 17, Erika faced a profound loss when her father, a pharmaceutical company executive, passed away, leaving her mother, Mary Mobley Johnson, an interior designer, to raise the family. Although it was a sad time for the young teen's life, she still went on to school to pursue her dream for the arts. Erika attended Sarah Lawrence College, graduating with a bachelor's degree in liberal arts in 1992. During her time there, she was actively involved in the college's literary magazine and served as president of the student government. She furthered her education at Oxford University, participating in a prestigious writing program. After graduating, Erika embarked on a career in public relations, working with top fashion designers such as Tommy Hilfiger and Sean Combs. In the mid-1990s, Erika Kennedy began her career as a publicist, working with top fashion designer Tommy Hilfiger. During this period, she managed public relations and promotional activities for the brand, establishing herself in the fashion industry. While she was his PR, the designer frequently made public appearances to engage with his customers, hosting giveaways, making donations, and organizing spectacular fashion shows.
I travel around the country doing personal appearances in lots of stores. I'll be in Miami for a few days doing appearances in many of the stores that carry my merchandise.
Why do you do that?
I like to meet the customers. I think it's important to get to know them and have an understanding of what they like and what fits and doesn't fit. We're actually I'm doing a personal appearance and fashion show showing the new collection. We're also sponsoring a Duran Duran concert tomorrow night, giving away free tickets and CDs. At the same time, we're donating a certain amount of money to the zoo, and we think it's a very good cause.
By the late 1990s, Erika transitioned to working as a publicist for Sean Combs' P. Diddy. In this role, she was involved in shaping his public image and managing media relations, leveraging her connections in both the music and fashion industries. The brand experienced rapid growth, becoming a favorite among Hollywood celebrities who were all wearing Sean John.
Sean John, Sean John, Sean John, Sean John, Sean John,
Sean John TV. What?
I'm here holding down the Sean John section of the gifting suites. We're having a blast out here.
This is where actresses are supposed to be.
I'm looking pretty wearing Diddy, Sean John. Love this coat.
That was good. Here enjoying myself.
Diddy, where you at? I just saw you at the Golden Globes, man. I thought you'd be here.
I just picked up the vest. It's off the hook. I'm feeling real jazzy right now. And I'm going to party tomorrow and tonight with the vest on just because it's your joint.
I think this might be one of my favorite stops.
John always keeping up in the latest trends and fashions, and I'm just happy to be here getting fly with it. Just got off the slopes, buddy. Get some gear.
I got hooked up with a nice little cute bomber jacket. This is Jennifer Coolidge. It's freezing. Ooh.
Hi, I'm Arta Marine. I'm here at Sundance. I love my jacket, Diddy. Thank you.
This is by far the best stop that I've made in all the gifting suites that I've been to because this is so my style. And I love this stuff.
Hi, I'm Annalyn McCord, and you're watching Sean John.
Sean John, Sean John, Sean John.
Sean John TV.
In the early 2000s, Erika shifted her focus to journalism and writing. Her first freelance piece was a humorous account of her dislike for Gwyneth Paltrow, published in the Daily News. Erika then worked as a special news correspondent for the New York Daily News before collaborating on fashion and entertainment stories. As a Black woman, gaining recognition from prestigious outlets was initially challenging. However, she landed a job at InStyle after Prince specifically requested to be interviewed by an African-American woman. Although she had previously submitted clips to the magazine, they only contacted her at Prince's request. Erika continued to work hard to build her brand, soon contributing to other prestigious publications. Despite her success in journalism, Erika had a deep passion for storytelling and capturing the essence of the hip-hop industry, a world she knew intimately. Erika Kennedy was truly rooted in the entertainment industry, forming deep and lasting friendships with some of its most influential figures. By the age of 23, she had already experienced the highs and lows of the fast-paced lifestyle. Reflecting on this period, she once said, "I was young and hanging out late. By the time I was 23, I was jaded like, I don't want to go to Puffy's party. I want to stay home and watch Sex and the City." One of Erika's closest friends was model and television personality Kimora Lee Simmons.
I was always a lot taller than most people. I was rather clumsy because you are when you grow so many inches so quickly. And I was always different than a lot of people. Most people thought, "What are you? You look so funny," you know? And I always went home, I look so funny. And eventually people, "No, you don't look funny. This works for you." The first people I ever saw was Chanel. It started when I was 14, and I was the youngest bride to ever be with Chanel, and I was the youngest couture model ever in Paris, in Europe, really. So it's exciting.
Their bond was unbreakable, with Erika serving as the maid of honor at Kimora's wedding to Russell Simmons in 1998. This wedding was a significant event, as Russell was the co-founder of the iconic music label Def Jam. Erika's role in the wedding and her position as the godmother to their daughters, Ming and Aoki, underscored the depth of their friendship. Erika's connections extended beyond Kimora and Russell. Her work as a publicist for Sean Combs' P. Diddy brought her into close contact with the hip-hop mogul, and their professional relationship blossomed into a genuine friendship, as well as Harvey Weinstein, who praised her writing.
Will you be working on any future projects come soon?
Yeah, we've got 2 projects in development, and I hope to announce something very, very soon.
Can you give us any more
If
insight?
I knew, I would just tell you the whole plot, who's in it, what's going on, and where. But we're just a couple of weeks away, so I'll have to come back.
Reading a script, how long before you know it's going to be a hit?
When I read a script, I want it to be a good movie. That's first and foremost. So like Silver Linings, when I read that book, And then I knew that this would be a great film.
Her friendships with industry moguls, their wives, investors, and friends were not just social connections, but also sources of inspiration for her writing. Erika's intimate knowledge of the industry's secrets and dynamics allowed her to craft novels that satirically exposed the realities of the hip-hop world. Erika Kennedy's passion for writing was fueled by her deep immersion in the worlds of fashion, music, and entertainment. Her debut novel, Bling, published in 2004, was a satirical take on the hip-hop world, and it quickly became a sensation. To celebrate its release, her longtime friend, Kimora Lee Simmons, threw Erika a lavish book party at the trendy nightclub Lotus in New York City. The June 2004 event was a star-studded affair attended by numerous celebrities from the fashion, music, and entertainment industries, highlighting Erika's connections and influence within these circles. Bling tells the story of a young, innocent, mixed-race woman trying to break into the music business. A gifted singer, she is remade in flashy style by Lamont Jackson, a greedy record mogul. By the end of Bling, Mimi has achieved the stardom she once dreamed of, but at a significant cost. The glitz and glamour of the industry had taken their toll, and Mimi found herself questioning the authenticity of her success and the true value of her transformation.
Miss Kennedy, hi, how are you doing? Actually, as I understand, this is your first book. You did some writing before.
In Style, I was an entertainment reporter. I did a lot of celebrity interviews with a lot of hip-hop artists that helped me give me material for the book.
The major talking point was the depiction of lavish events, sexual exploitation, financial control, and pressure to conform. In Chapter 5, Mimi attends a lavish event hosted by Lamont Jackson. The chapter describes the over-the-top extravagance, the high-profile guests, and the underlying tensions that come with such gatherings. These scenes included VIP lounges, fashion shows, and penthouse gatherings where deals were made, relationships were forged, and the industry's power dynamics played out. Mimi is both awed and overwhelmed by the spectacle, feeling out of place amidst the superficiality and excess. Chapter 15 takes Mimi to an industry gala where she is exposed to the darker side of the music business. She witnesses the exploitation of young artists and the manipulative tactics used by industry moguls to maintain control. The event is filled with opulence, but Mimi feels a growing sense of disillusionment as she realizes the true cost of her success. In Chapter 18, Mimi attends a private mansion party hosted by Lamont Jackson. The event is marked by excessive indulgence, with guests engaging in reckless behavior and substance abuse. Mimi feels increasingly uncomfortable as she sees the destructive impact of the industry's lifestyle on those around her. The wild nature of these parties, with rumors of sex rooms, rampant use, and all-night leaves her questioning her place in this world. These parties mirrored events through by Erika's former boss, Diddy. According to Erika, she didn't see what the big deal was mentioning the parties.
How does it feel to have a first book out, a debut, and then people be so lyrical about it?
It's exciting, but I think people like the book because it's a good book and it's funny and it's an entertaining read, but also because I think people are really fascinated by the hip-hop world.
Diddy had hosted many events over the years, but his infamous gatherings had recently come under scrutiny due to various allegations. The white parties were hosted from 1998 to 2009, held at various locations, including Combs' home in East Hampton and in Saint-Tropez.
And this book really takes you behind the scenes and shows you like really what's going on in that VIP room at the P. Diddy party and what's going on in, in the Hamptons and, at the record label, like what really happens. And I think that's part of the fascination people have with the book.
In Bling, Erika also highlighted other forms of exploitation. Lamont Jackson takes control of Mimi's image, dictating her appearance and public persona. He insists on drastic changes, including cosmetic surgery and a provocative wardrobe to fit the industry's standards. He also exerts financial control over Mimi, managing her earnings and expenses, which limits her autonomy and reinforces her dependence on him for success. Throughout the novel, Mimi faces constant pressure to conform to the industry's expectations, sacrificing her personal values and identity. The novel stirred controversy and speculation about its characters being based on real-life celebrities. Many readers and industry insiders believed that Lamont Jackson, a powerful and influential hip-hop mogul, was a composite of several industry figures, including Tommy Mottola, L.A. Reid, and Sean Diddy Combs. The protagonist Mimi's story was seen as a reverse makeover of Mariah Carey's life. Mimi's transformation from an unknown singer to a hip-hop megastar drew parallels to Mariah's rise to fame.
The feeling is that he made you. His guidance, his helping you choose the songs, his publicity machine, his this, his that it wouldn't have happened without him.
Well, I don't believe that, because I know that I wouldn't have given up, and I do know that I was very close to having a deal prior to meeting him.
Mm-hmm.
But I do believe that he was very instrumental, because he did see the potential.
So here you were, 19?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and he was 20 years older, and he's interested in you romantically. What did you think? And he was married, by the way.
Well, he said he was separated, whatever. But
I don't want to play psychologist, but 20 years older than you, Tommy Mottola. Was he a father figure?
Probably, yeah.
Is it true that Tommy Mottola was the first man that you went to bed with? You have said this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Vanessa de la Cruz, a fading supermodel who helps transform Mimi, was speculated to be based on Naomi Campbell. In the book, the supermodel was struggling with cocaine addiction. Naomi spoke about it on the Oprah show in 2010, 6 years after the book was published.
First started picked up cocaine at 24 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So I had been modeling a while, and I'd always been against it. And I found myself like doing 3 jobs a day. And I never, ever had to have a dealer, as you call them. It was always very easy to get handed to you whenever you wanted it. But at the end, it was a destroyer. I mean, it's really a devil's drug.
When did you realize you had a problem?
After Johnny died, because he died after Johnny Versace died, because in 1997, I was like, okay, I'm not going to touch this because, you know, I've lost Johnny and now I'm not going to do it anymore. And then that year, so many other friends passed away. And I felt like I couldn't keep up with the grief. So I just started replacing it with drugs. And it's awful.
Vanessa's glamorous yet tumultuous life mirrored aspects of Naomi's own experiences in the public eye. Bling was adored by readers for its sharp wit and insider perspective, but it allegedly ruffled feathers among industry insiders who saw themselves in its characters. Some even consider suing after the novel exposed intimate details and industry secrets. The book, which became a New York Times bestseller, was also optioned for an alleged $500,000 film adaptation by the Weinstein Company, which allegedly made some people furious. Rumors swirled that Campbell was considering legal action against Kennedy, alleging that the portrayal of Vanessa de la Cruz was a thinly veiled caricature of herself. However, Kennedy stated that she had never been contacted by Campbell's lawyers and didn't even know who Campbell was.
A lot of gossip has gone around in the hip-hop scene about how authentic your characters are and whether they are based on real persons. Has that led to, let's say, serious discussions and names being thrown around as the persons you might have had as an example for your character?
Well, there's a bitchy supermodel in the book, and everybody thinks it's based on Naomi Campbell, but I don't know her, so it wasn't based on her.
During that time, Naomi's London representative, Alan Edwards, dismissed the rumors in an interview as well. He stated that Naomi wanted nothing to do with the book. She feels she's being exploited by these people for publicity. She hasn't read the book and has no intention of doing so. The notion that she might take legal action was equally absurd. That's completely false, the rep continued. Naomi has endured enough legal battles to last a lifetime. The speculation didn't end with Campbell. Sean Diddy Combs, another prominent figure in the entertainment industry, was also rumored to be considering legal action. The character's interactions and the depiction of the music industry in Bling led to whispers that Combs might feel targeted. In an interview with Women's Wear Daily, the writer was asked how she thought Diddy would react to the book. She emphasized the importance of sharing her story. "This is my book. I don't care what P. Diddy thinks," she stated firmly. "It's a male-dominated industry where women often lack a voice, but I want the girls to come out on top." Despite these rumors, no legal action was taken by Combs either. A year after Erika's book, Corinne Steffens released Confessions of a Video Vixen. In her memoir, Steffens shares her personal experiences in the hip-hop industry, detailing encounters with various celebrities.
I just wrote the book, and my publisher made that decision. Initially, the book had no names in it, and there are a lot of things that have been taken out.
But the publisher can only make the decision.
The publisher made the decision, and I agreed with it because I felt that it was the truth and it was actual. I didn't hide anything in that book.
You hid a lot.
Well, I mean, of all the things that were written, I didn't hide names and places and dates to protect people. This isn't a book about protection. It's a book about honesty and confessions, both on my side and hopefully on theirs.
Corinne revealed names and reiterated certain points from Erika's satirical book. In her memoirs, she recounts her first meeting with Diddy in 2001, describing how allegedly Herb, another music executive, gifted her to him. Steffens also recalls attending one of Diddy's extravagant parties, which she likened to scenes from The Great Gatsby, featuring men in tuxedos, topless women, champagne, and trays of pills. During her 2005 appearance on The Wendy Williams Show, she elaborated further, revealing that she had witnessed music executives indulging in wild activities to fulfill their desires.
So let's continue with the problems. There was a party in Miami, and you showed up with Exhibit, and it was Puffy was at the party, or it was his party. And when he saw you come in, it was like he saw a ghost, and he immediately asked you why you were there. He thought that you were there to blow up his spot. He then pulled Exhibit aside and asked Exhibit to get you out of the party, that you supposedly had pictures with your fingers up his butt.
Well, that's not what he said. I think the quote was that Exhibit relayed to me was, she'll have you on camera with fingers in your... And
well, that might not be Exhibit. Maybe that's you, Puffy. How you doing?
It's not Exhibit. I'll say that.
Okay. You walked in on record executives having... you don't mention that person's name. Can we talk about what record label?
No. That'll give it away. But
what letter does it start with?
Not even. That'll give it away. A. Don't start.
D.
That's gonna give it away.
D.
The second book. I'll cover all that in the second book.
Oh, there will be a second book. If you live to tell, I understand you're getting death threats.
No, I'm not. Everyone is really excited and really happy for me because I didn't say the things that I could have said.
Both Bling and Confessions of a Video Vixen exposed the dark, glamorous, and often exploitative side of the hip-hop industry. Kennedy remained confident in her work, showing unwavering determination. Her second novel, Feminista, published in 2009, further solidified her reputation as a significant literary voice. Feminista also received positive reviews by readers.
And this is the second chapter where she's storming out of a restaurant after her boy toy, Kyle, tries to stick her with a check and it's her birthday. If Sydney hadn't been so pissed, she might have become aroused when Kyle grabbed her arm and pinched her against the wall at the top of the staircase. "Sydney, what's wrong with you?" he said, as if he was in any position to question anything. "You can't just leave." "Oh yeah? Watch me." "We haven't paid the bill," he said, trying to keep her from squirming away. She looked up at him angrily but tried to avoid direct eye contact. Those misty green eyes could be her undoing. "You haven't paid the bill." Kyle released her arm and rested his hand against the wall. "Look." Hearing that one word come out of his disturbingly sexy mouth in that humoring tone made her that much angrier. She hated when men who were clearly in the wrong tried to turn things around and make it seem like it was the woman's fault. She knew what he was going to say. She was overreacting, being too emotional. She should calm down. Well, maybe she didn't want to fucking calm down. She was mad as hell and she had every right to be. Since she landed the job at Cachet, every guy she dated made less money than she did. And for the same reason, she always had a dollar and a kind word for a homeless woman, she thought drunk, druggy, loser, when she passed a homeless man. She hadn't respected one of them. Women had to work harder for less money, all while trudging around like Sherpas loaded down with guilt and self-loathing. Every time a guy pretended not to see the check a waiter had presumptuously set before him, she'd think, if I can make it, why the f*** can't you?
Erika's work truly left a mark on both the literary and fashion worlds. In 2010, she was named one of the 100 most influential African Americans by Ebony magazine. Kennedy's novels continue to be celebrated for their engaging narratives and the powerful messages they convey about women's roles in society.